All right. Prophet Rohe Nabi is here. Shalom to you all. I want to share something with you today on a topic called aiding and abetting the enemy. Aiding and abetting the enemy. See, I have a few guests here. Let me greet you all. Danielle Wilson, how you doing? Shalom. Beautiful one, 2014. Shalom, shalom, shalom. No, I didn't see the promo. No, I didn't see the promo. Oh, Wilder and Fury. Yeah, when is that going to be? Oh yeah, yeah. I saw the promo. Yeah, I did see that promo. Yeah, I did see that promo. Yeah, Wilder and Fury. Yeah, I did see it. Oh no, I didn't see it on. I didn't see the one for the. Maybe I did see the one for the video game. Maybe that's what I was looking at and didn't know it. But yeah, Saturday. Yeah, that's what I thought. Right. It's going to be on the Sabbath. Well, not the Sabbath, but Saturday night. So right after the Sabbath. So yeah, yeah, that's a highly anticipated bout that is to take place. Where they're going to be fighting at? Caesar's Palace, Mandalay Bay. Where are they fighting? The Lexor. Where are they fighting at? Oh, okay, okay. But anyway, so I came on today because I want to share something with you all. Um, I've really been enamored by some of the females that are on YouTube that are really not talking about ratchet stuff. They're really talking about really serious, substantive stuff. And I'm really happy to see that. I'm really happy to see that there are Black women that are coming out and they're not into all housewives of Atlanta and all this ratchet stuff and reality shows, but they're about economics. They're about their family. They're about their children. and they're about the political climate that we are held captive in. I'm really, really, really happy. That's like music to my ears to hear black women talking like that. And it's really encouraging and motivating, and it's making me step my game up because I'm seeing, women like this come out. And a lot of these women that are doing this, they're very articulate, very smart, very strong critical thinkers. And I'm like, man, our brothers need to step up because a lot of our so-called conscious brothers, I'm not really feeling them. Yeah. A lot of our so-called conscious people in the Black conscious community and the Hebrew Israelite community, I'm not really feeling them really too much. It's a lot of weakness. It's a lot of weakness. I mean, our women should supposed to be looking up to us, but I look at our men and I'm like, you know, I'm not going to drop any names, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. These men are very, very catty nowadays. It's leaving a real bad aftertaste in my mouth at how catty these brothers are. Ugh, you know, and how egotistical and maniacs they are. Manical, or however you pronounce the word. They are showing us as Jacob, the white guy, as Esau. Okay. I never did that juxtaposition. I never did that juxtaposition. But I'm liking a lot of the stuff that I'm hearing. Some of these, it's not a lot of them. It's not a lot of them now, but I'm liking the trajectory of where these women's consciousness is being rooted in. And let me say this as a disclaimer. Some of these women are not even Hebrew Israelites. They're not Christians. Some of them don't really know what to believe about the Bible. And I'm going to tell you, I already know why that is. The reason why a lot of our women who might claim to be agnostic don't really grab onto the Bible, I want to tell you why. It's because of the men. It's because how catty men are with the Bible. I'm telling you, I think a large percentage of it is that. I really do. Now, I know what men want to say. Men want to say, oh, they just Jezebels. Yeah, I know. That's easy. You know, I'm not saying none of them are Jezebels, but let me tell you this, y'all. Just like Mary Magdalene was driven into prostitution by the elders, and some say by her uncle Simon. It may not be scripture, but when you look at a lot of the circumstantial evidence that surrounded Mary Magdalene's life, it's really interesting. And her relationship to Simon, it's some real interesting stuff with her and Simon. Real interesting. And I've been knowing this for probably 25 years. It's real interesting that the woman that they was going to stone, they was only using her as collateral damage to trap Jesus. Yeshua. It's just really interesting. That's all. That's all. It's just interesting. I'm not gonna say no more about that. Uh But what I want to address tonight is aiding and abetting the enemy is the title of tonight's topic. Aiding and abetting the enemy. And what we're going to do is a case study. Somebody mentioned some case study they wanted me to do on something else. Somebody else. Somebody who was teaching somewhere and they provided a link. Was that you, Kenyon? I did look at the link, but I can't even remember what it was now. But somebody gave me a link and they wanted me to, you know, check out something. I don't know who it was now. But anyway, let me get cracking here. Oh yeah, AOC, yeah. Yeah, AOC network. Yeah. I got to go look at that again because I can't even remember what it was now. But anyway, I want to show you all something. I want to show you all something. I'm going to share my screen with you all. Hopefully my computer don't freeze up. Okay, look, so far so good. Okay, I think I got it here. I want to show you something here. And I just want to share with you. I wish somebody would come. I wish somebody could come on and join me on this live so we could chop this up and go back and forth on this and just really, you know, dice this thing up really finely. But without further ado, let's get right into it.
Hence, subject matter. There's a racial divide between women of color and white women. We don't talk about it much, but it's real and it's deep. Any comment about race, no matter how well intentioned, can set off a firestorm which scares people away from even talking about the issue. Anne Hathaway was blasted for calling out white privilege after Nia Wilson, a black woman, was stabbed to death. Khloe Kardashian was criticized after her tweet, "In our household, we do not see color." And then there's statements that cut more deeply.
Now look at that. Now Khloe Kardashian says we don't see race. We don't see color. Why do you have so many white people that don't see color? What's wrong with their eyes? They don't see color. I'm going to tell you what's the problem with that statement there. They see color when it comes to shoes. They see color when it comes to socks, dresses, cosmetic palettes, blush, rouge, eyeliner, eyeshadow. They see color on that. But when it comes to people that they have been abusing and they got their come up off of, we're invisible to them. Now she don't know how inflammatory that is. She think that's a benign utterance that she just made. That's a very racist utterance. The people that your whole fortune is built on, you don't even see them for who they are. And I look at that as saying even more about Kanye West. She's saying we don't really even see him as a black man. in our house. That's what she's really saying. Wow. And she actually tweeted that for the whole world to see. See, and a black person, the average black person will read that and say, you know what, you're just being too sensitive. You're taking offense where there is no offense. But why they can see the color of their shoes on the day they want to wear red shoes or red bottoms. But when it comes to abusing black people, we don't see color in our house.
Bette Midler had to apologize for an inappropriate tweet using the N-word to describe the plight of women. And Megyn Kelly's NBC show was...
And let me tell you something. When you're talking about color, you don't see color in a human being. You're saying that you don't see the hue of their skin. You don't see the melanin in their skin. That's actually what they're saying. We don't acknowledge melanin because we don't have any. You see? I can go on and on with and extract all kind of stuff from all that, what she said. And that just lets you know how embedded racism is in Caucasian people, that she would tweet that.
Swiftly canceled after she made racially offensive comments defending blackface Halloween costumes. So this is going to be as unfiltered as possible. What were some of the differences?
I want to get to the nuts and bolts of this.
In regards to our discussion. I think it was the responsibility that I think that we as Black women specifically, because I can only really talk about my experience.
Now, watch what this lady is about to fix her mouth and say. Watch what this beautiful Black woman is about to fix her mouth and say. And you're going to understand why I titled this, Aiding and Abetting the Enemy.
Yes. The responsibility that we have in regards to bridging this gap that I think that we have with white women.
Now, you heard that, y'all? She's saying that Black women have a responsibility in bridging the gap that exists between white and Black women. When I heard her say that, I wanted to just jump out the window. Let's play that again, y'all. I can't believe this woman said this. See, this type of talk here is some slave nigger talk that she's talking right now. It's nothing but some slave nigger talk. This is the kind of talk that people of her mother's generation was very comfortable in making. Now, her mother don't look like she thinks like this, but her mother comes from that generation that did teach and advocate what Jada Pinkett is uttering.
Black women specifically, because I can only really talk about my experience. The responsibility that we have in regards to bridging this gap that I think that we have with white women. And I think that's...
Y'all see how her mother is looking at her? Y'all saw that? Y'all saw how her mama was looking at her when she said that? You saw how she did her mouth when her daughter uttered that? Listen.
Bridging this gap that I think that we have with white women. And I think that's that's where we were having our biggest disagreement. Yeah.
For me, I can't
see, her mother don't agree with that. Even though her mother comes from that generation where that was advocated strongly, she not feeling that. But yet her daughter is.
I don't know. I can't even get to that level of consciousness about it.
No,
because mine is just
no. She being nice. not level of consciousness, level of coonery. Come on, mama. Come on, mama. It's a level of cooning. Your daughter is over there cooning. Jada Pinkett is cooning. Oh my goodness. See, let's keep going.
So basic and raw. I remember growing up and not being able to go to downtown and try on hats and different places.
Yeah, how do you bridge that gap, Jada Pinkett? She couldn't even try on a hat in a store. How do you bridge that gap, Jada Pinkett? I know how. You get out your little banjo and start cooning and buck dancing and start talking about, Massa, we need to fix this racial problem. Massa, we got a racial problem. No, they got a racial problem. They got a problem with us. They own the banks, they own the schools, they own the hospitals, they own all the police, all the bombs. They own everything. But you got a black person sitting up talking about, yeah, we got a responsibility to stop America from abusing everybody in the world, and we haven't lived up to our responsibility. Boy, that's some slave talk. And I want to tell you that generation from Jada Pickett's mother generation, they the one that advocated that garbage with Martin Luther King and all those usual suspects. But I'm glad her mama's not feeling that.
Places that we weren't allowed to go in our own neighborhood. We couldn't go to the bowling alley.
How do you fix that, Jada Pinkett? You couldn't even go to the bowling alley in your own neighborhood, Jada Pinkett. Stop cooning, girl. Dang. And I want to tell you what Jada Pinkett said and the way she's behaving towards our enemies is treason. It really is. Because she's putting the responsibility on us to placate our enemies by sharing guilt with false equivalencies. Which equals treason.
And to get ice cream, we couldn't sit at the counter. It still bites. Yeah. I can remember working in white corporate America, and I was talking about remembering we couldn't go to Tiffany and try on, clothes. And one of my bosses said to me, yeah, now you can go and try them on and steal them. Boom. And I just have a lot of probably anger.
How do you fix that, Jada Pinkett? Now, I feel like her mother's about to start slipping with the last thing she just said. And I have a lot of anger. Rightly so. Don't apologize for your anger, Mama. Mama Pickett. Don't apologize for your anger, because I heard that tone in your voice when you said anger. And it sounds kind of apologetic. Don't start cooning on me, Mama. Oh, no. Don't let Jada Pinkett start rubbing off on you. Having a false sense of guilt just because you're angry? Because somebody's abusing you? Anger is appropriate when somebody's abusing you. Now you about to get the Stockholm syndrome for the guilt that they supposed to have. Oh, come on, Mama Pickett, hold on.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I have a lot of pain and hurt attached to some of the experiences that I've had as well. I remember going to Virginia Beach.
I don't like the way she said that. No, let's don't make it all. a lot of the experience. Say exactly what it was. The abuse, the racism, the lying, the hate that they were spewing towards you. Be specific about why you all are angry. It's not for the same reason why white people was treating you in an angry fashion. See, boy, this is bad.
And the white police, remember when they had the riots? And right. I was there by myself, terrified, trying to get back to my hotel. And I'll never forget these two white officers. I was like, I'm just trying to get down the street so I can get to my hotel. And they said, you better get your nigger bitch ass off this street right now.
Okay. And so remember, Jada Pinkett said the Black woman has a responsibility to bridge the gap between the white woman that's an enemy of the Black woman. Jada Pinkett clearly said that the Black woman has the responsibility. She didn't say that the oppressor had the responsibility. No, she says the victim has the responsibility to make everything peachy cream. See, y'all, this is some just slave nigger talk here. And what it does is it plays in the hands of the enemy, because they're going to hear you say that, and then they're going to take up the same talking points and use your talking points as a blunt object to hit your people over the head who are resistant, as is your mother is sitting at this table. I'm talking all this coon stuff, forgive, turn the other cheek, and love your enemy stuff that we learned in slavery, y'all. Y'all, no. The enemies that kill us, they deserve to be killed. Period. Not go to court, nothing. They deserve to be killed. And many of their families deserve to be killed too. Just to make sure the message is loud and clear.
And that's specifically the white male experience versus what I've had specifically in regards to race with white females.
Yeah, I don't separate it like that, though.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I get what you're saying because of the hurt and the tragedy and everything that has happened in our past, we have PTSD. If someone does something to me that hurts me deeply, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I want to make them feel how I felt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think what crushes me is
it's nothing wrong with that, y'all. It's nothing wrong with that. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. All your enemies, every one of them, shall be destroyed. The nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, they shall be utterly wasted. Y'all, it's nothing wrong with that. Get that Christians turn the other cheek garbage and love your enemy garbage out your head. It's destroying us, and it is emboldening our enemies.
Specifically in regards to my relationship with white women, the thing that really breaks my heart is that white women understand what it feels to be oppressed.
Because what their sex
feels exactly because of their sex. What it feels to.
I don't like this talking point here at all. White women don't know what it's like to be oppressed in the context of Black people, and especially a Black woman. White women don't know nothing about that. Nobody has went through what our Black women have went through. And you got a Black woman sitting right here at the table, the red table, saying that they do. See? This ain't nothing but some little Sambo coon stuff. Your enemies are not equal to you, Jada Pinkett. 'It. That's why they're your enemies. Your enemies don't care what you go through, and they could care less. But you trying to put them on the same place of affliction that you're in. And the white woman is the one that breeds the enemy. And you're gonna put them on the same level as you. Oh, come on, Jada. Come on, girl. You can't be this dumb.
Be ostracized or not being treated as an equal.
It's really difficult for me because we have white people in our family.
Well, I remember you telling me never let anybody know that. Do you remember that?
You said
don't take pride in it.
No, what I said was, because I repeated what mommy told me, was that you have to learn to get along with white people, but don't ever bring them home.
Was that why you had such a problem when I was dating John?
Absolutely.
I had a white boyfriend. He was really white. I mean, really white.
Yeah. Absolutely. I didn't even give myself an opportunity to like John.
Very nice guy.
Just like I said, we have people in our...
Look at that. Very nice guy. Now, she talks about this guy that she was dating. Very nice guy. He's white, on the heels of telling a story about some officers that probably would have killed her. It's too much schizophrenia here.
Our family, and I've given those people a hard time. Like Jason is married to a white woman, and she will tell you, we gave her a hard time before. We didn't welcome her with open arms.
Right.
And she really had to prove herself.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that, y'all? What's wrong with proving yourself when you got a history of abusing other people's? What's wrong with that? Especially when they want to be a part of your family. It's like, oh man. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have to prove something to me. You got something to prove. You got your work cut out. What kind of family you come from? That's what I want to know. Who's your mama? Who's your daddy? I want to know. But black people, we just let our guards down. We'll let anybody in our family. We don't care. If it's the devil, we'll let him in. If he's nice to us, we'll let him right on in.
And, I feel bad about that.
Do you think Tiffany's husband, my cousin who she has a white husband, do you think Jason had to do the same thing?
I don't think so.
And I see, why is that?
Because Jason had a little bit more swag and he acted more black.
Wow.
And that's just real talk. Hey.
Listen, Gammy, with the real talk.
I'm just saying.
But see, it's this huge gap between white women and black women, because if
the white guy had swag. Oh my goodness. See, she got a propensity for swirling. Jada's telling on herself. She got a propensity for white daddy and zaddy.
Yeah. Okay.
Historically, you would think that bringing
would have more
white man into the family would be more of an issue than a white woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying that this runs deeper.
No. See, trying to bifurcate how dangerous the white man is opposed to the white woman, I think that's an exercise in futility. You're just wasting your time. They're both your enemy. One gives birth to your enemy, and one enemy gets the other enemy pregnant. So 6 and 1, half a dozen the other. Come on, y'all. Black people, we're going to have to start getting smart. We're going to have to start getting smarter than this. This is bad. This is bad news. And Jada Pinkett is just one person we're looking at right now. But most black people think like Jada Pinkett. I was raised by parents who think like Jada Pinkett. I was raised by parents who think just like Jada Pickett. Oh my goodness. And I want to tell you something. Deep down, I believe a lot of this stuff that Jada is talking and her mama talking, I think of is a lot of it's motivated by fear and partially by ignorance.
Than we even are conscious of.
Right.
Because we embrace
and there's
Jason.
not a lot of sense to it.
There's not a lot of sense to any of it.
Oh, please. I want to tell you something. This little Willow Smith girl, I'm not feeling her. I'm not feeling her or her brother. Really. Oh God. All right, baby. Oh, to me, she just seemed a little extra. I'm just saying. It's just something about her spirit that come off as just a little too edgy and extra. You know, and dramatic, over dramatic and stuff. Just settle down, girl, and listen to the adults.
Really?
I feel like we as women should know better.
Now,
I really do.
Now you gotta listen to this. You gotta listen to this. What Jada is saying here. Oh my goodness. I see why a lot of us are going to get killed. Because the Most High is going to have to kill off this ideology that's in us and among our people. And the only way he's going to be able to do it is if there's a slaughter of a whole bunch of black people. For the ones that's left over to wake up. Listen to what Jada Pickett just said here.
And a white woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying that this runs deeper than we even are conscious of.
Right.
Because we embrace
and there's
Jason.
not a lot of sense to it.
There's not a lot of sense to any of it.
Now, her mother lost me right there. I was with her. Eyeball to eyeball. Now, she done fell off the stupid stick. Now she's saying it don't make any sense. And when she says don't make any sense, it don't make any sense that they let one white person in the family and not let another white person in the family. The reason why they feel this way is because they're torn, because they think that the woman is more gentler than the man, or vice versa. No, they the same faces on different side of the coin. That's all. That's all. The part where it don't make sense is where you try to dichotomize the hate of a white woman and the hate of a white man when it's really the same thing in two different genders. That's the part that don't make sense. But that part misses her. She think it doesn't make sense to not love the white woman because she's a woman. Listen.
Really?
I feel like we as women should know better. I really do. Because we're women, because of the struggles that we have as women, there should be a natural understanding and familiarity of our struggle.
Yeah.
Now,
then to
shut up, Willow. Shut up with the yeah and agreeing. Just shut up. You don't know what you're talking about, girl, because your mama don't even know what she's talking about. Now, how should there be some camaraderie between a black woman and a white woman, and she's married to the oppressor and giving birth to demons that's going to rise up and kill us? See, she's trying to get on this feminism stuff and use that as a platform of why black women and white women should be the same because they both women. No, you're not like a white woman, Jada Pickett. You don't have the privileges of a white woman and never have, even with all the money you got. You ain't got the same privileges of a white woman with the same amount of money that you and your husband got. You don't have it. You'll never have it. But here she is, though, trying to tie her experience to the oppressor. Y'all, if this not the biggest coon sambo stuff you ever seen in your life, what is? You got the slave saying, you got the slave woman saying, yeah, me and master's wife ought to be ashamed of myself for being angry at master's wife, because we both women. Yeah, but she's whooping your butt with a cat of nine tails with bones tied on the end of it. And you don't have that power to do that to her. So how in the hell are you supposed to be in a ally of a demon who got their foot on your neck? Oh my goodness. See, this is a lot of coon in here, y'all. And I'm looking at this show here, and I'm like, okay, now why is this on TV? And it came to me. They knew what type of black person Jada Pickett was, and her mama was, and her daughter was, and her husband is. That's why they having this red table talk. They want black people to model their lives and ideology after this so-called model family of white people who have gained white acceptance. That's why they got this show, y'all. This is reprogramming for black people. That's what this is. This is not reprogramming for white people. I can tell by the way that this lady is talking. Watch this. Let me read some of y'all comments. They don't. Did you see the one I just listed? Okay, I'm not sure, but because of that pro, okay, there's some. Amen. Okay, she wouldn't have a show. This is a kind of black woman they like. Both she and her husband. Kenyon beat me to the punch a long time ago. I wasn't looking at the comments, but Kenyon, she must have telepathy, because I was thinking the same. I just said that. But you said it way, you texted way before I said it. They don't want to face reality. If she didn't believe this, she would. She wouldn't have a show. Exactly. Exactly. This is the kind of black woman they like, both she and her husband. Exactly. Her mama was not having that. Hey, what's going on? JLH Shalom. No, they do not. Exactly. We never get equal to our enemies and oppressors. Right. It's just a stupid idea anyway. I know that's how I was raised, but it was a stupid thing that I was raised on. He act more black. What's the acting black? I have never understood that. Yeah, her white boyfriend, he had swag, you know, acting black. Yeah, I want to tell you what acting black is. Acting black is clowning black people. That's what it is. Yeah, the little girl and the brother are wild in the industry. I think they support the homosexual stuff. They wild out there. Yeah, they are all puppets. Absolutely. That's what it looked like. Their son came out saying he has a boyfriend. Will Smith put him out there a long time ago, kissing him all in the mouth when he was a young child. I remember that.
Be part of creating more of a struggle for another woman, to me, is criminal.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up, Willow. Hey, girl, shut up. Just shut up, Willow. You don't know what you're talking about. All that extra head and yeah, oh yeah, yeah, mom. You don't know. Your mama don't even know what she's talking about.
area that we have to examine, because that's deep to me. That Jason was embraced more easily than Lexi. Real talk.
Yeah. And now we love Lexi.
Of course we love Lexi.
Yeah. You know what? I found this quote. I'm going to read it. Prejudice is the emotional commitment to ignorance. Prejudice is the emotional commitment to ignorance.
Well, I have to admit, I'm guilty.
And I feel like I am too.
To a certain degree, because I do have my own biases, specifically with blonde women. Blonde hair on white women just triggers me, and I've had to catch myself.
Did you have a specific incident with someone who had blonde hair?
Absolutely.
Now, you saw that? You saw that right there? You saw that little exchange right there, right when she lifted her hands up. Watch this.
Blonde women, blonde hair.
I'm too.
To a certain degree, because that
emotional commitment to ignorance. Prejudice is the emotional commitment to ignorance.
Well, I have to admit, I'm guilty.
And I feel like I am too.
To a certain.
Now, watch this very carefully, what she's about to say. Black people say this kind of stuff all the time. I was raised to say the kind of stuff that she's about to say right here. And it's taken my whole life to get off this damn coon train that she's still on.
To a certain degree, because I do have my own biases, specifically with blonde women. Blonde hair on white women just triggers me.
Now watch what her mother asked her right after she says that.
I've had to catch myself.
Did you have a specific incident with someone who had blonde hair?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Her mother asked the germane question. Did you have an incident? Because the way that she said it as if, well, I just don't like women with blonde hair just because they have blonde hair. But her mother asked the more germane question. Was there an incident with women with blonde hair? And she answered, absolutely. Well, it wasn't because of blonde hair that you had a problem with women with blonde hair. But blonde-haired women, you've had bad experiences with their abuse of you. That's what it was. And they just happened to have blonde hair. So the trigger is really not the blonde hair. That's just an identifier of the type of woman that was abusing you. But the real trigger is the way that they were treating you, the things that they were saying to you. And we're going to listen to that.
I do remember experiencing being teased by white women.
Oh, teased by white women. Now, she's just saying white women here, but she mainly means white women with blonde hair. That's what she means when she said white women, because she already established the main women that she have a problem with is women with blonde hair. They treat her a certain way. Let's keep going.
My hair, how I looked, and feeling belittled. And I was, going to do an interview with this blonde woman. I thought twice about it. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah. That was my first instinct because of how she looked.
No, it wasn't because of how she looked. The way she looked was just an indicator of how she might treat you, because you were anticipating, okay, well, she's got blonde hair. I know how I usually get treated by women with blonde hair. It had nothing to do with blonde hair. It has something to do with your history in dealing with women and the way that they treat you. And they just happen to have blonde hair. Pick it. It's interesting that she's putting the focal point on blonde hair and not the fact that these women were racist. It's really interesting. See, this is another species of coon talk, coon nigger talk. They want to get no, it's not. No, I'm not gonna play the race card, so I'm gonna say hair. Blonde hair is the issue, not race. It's just blonde hair.
Like, ooh, that's no different. That doesn't give me the right to clump all blonde women in one. And look at me, I got blonde.
Girl, stop being stupid. It's not about blonde hair. Oh my God. Look what this girl said.
Ooh, that's no different.
Now, what she just said right there is very key. There's no difference. And I won't give you context for when she says what that means when she says there's no difference. Watch this.
Remember experiencing being teased by white women in regards to my hair, how I looked, and I can feeling belittled when I was, going to do an interview with this blonde woman. I thought twice about it. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah. That was my first instinct because of how she looked. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, that's no different. That doesn't give me the right to clump all blonde women in one. And look at me.
Let me tell you what she means when she says there's no difference. Now, really think about this. And you tell me if I'm stretching this thing. And I'm going to look at y'all comments so I can see what y'all saying, because I really can't see no comments right now. Look at this. She's saying there's no difference in associating the way that she's been treated by women that have had blonde hair and how hateful and prejudiced and belittling they have been towards her. She's saying there's no difference in that than a white person that works in human resources who fires you or won't hire you just because you're black. She says that those things are equal. Ooh, that's the same thing they do. No, girl, you're there looking for a job, okay? That lady already got a job. You ain't got no job to offer that white woman with blonde hair. Y'all not the same. You see what I'm trying? Are y'all with me or am I by myself? You see where I'm going with this? She's trying to say that the way that she associates how hateful blonde women have treated her in the past with blonde hair, she's saying that's the same thing as a person with blonde hair working in human resources, not hiring just you because you black. And so she says about herself, ooh, I'm doing the same thing. You coon. You coon. You're not doing the same thing. I was raised thinking this way by parents who think this way till this day. They still think this way. They still in love with white mommy and white daddy. White mommy and white daddy can't do no wrong. They minimize the wickedness of white mommy and white daddy, but if a black person do something to defend themselves against the wickedness of white mommy and white daddy, then they hurl at them. Ooh, you doing the same thing. Shut up, coon. Shut up, coon. How's it the same thing and I'm defending myself? They're not defending themselves. They are the one that's hurling the attack. But black people think it's the same thing. If you defend yourself against somebody who's trying to kill you, you're doing the same thing. If you're defending yourself against somebody who's trying to kill you and you end up killing them, they said, see, you're doing the same thing. And they start quoting scriptures. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. No, he that killeth with the sword that must be killed with the sword is the person who's initiating the evil, not the one that's trying to protect themselves from it. But people quote those scriptures and say, turn the other cheek, love your enemy. Oh, he that liveth with the sword, die by the sword. No, the person that's going to die by the sword is the person that is initiating the attack, not the person trying to protect themselves from the attack. That scripture does not apply to people who are protecting themselves from an attack. So if I protect myself from somebody blowing my brains out and I disarm them and shoot them and kill them, then you say, oh, see, you're a hypocrite. He was trying to kill you. He was trying to kill you. You disarmed him and killed him. See, you're a hypocrite. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of Christians believe that's what a hypocrite is. Hey, what's going on, TJ Cooper 81? Shalom. Yes, they did. They groomed them. And boy, I'm looking at the mama. I'm like, boy, the apple don't. Oh my goodness. Because this is a coon. This is Coonapalooza. Oh boy. I don't care how cute you are. That coon will make you look ugly.
Yeah, I got blonde hair.
Me too. But just because I have.
See, look at this, y'all. She just disproved her point. She said she didn't like women with blonde hair. Right? She said she always had an issue, even to this day, with women with blonde hair. And she's sitting up here at the table with blonde hair. And her mama is sitting up here with a head full of blonde hair. You see, that's how I know it's not about blonde hair. It's about the way that the blonde-haired people were treating you. And instead of putting the focus on racism, she's putting the focus on blonde strands of hair. Oh my goodness. See, she just clowned herself right there. This is not intelligence, y'all. This is far from the pale of intelligence.
Had that specific experience, because it's no different than you getting robbed by a black guy once, and now you're saying all black dudes are thieves and dangerous.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
I have.
Y'all, the examples that she's making are false equivalencies. A white person who's part of a society where they have the right to just walk up in your apartment and blow your brains out is not the same as a black person robbing a white person in that same type of environment. It's not the same thing, y'all. Even if the black person kills the white person. Why? Because black people don't have a legal system where you can go into white people's homes and just shoot them and then go free. You don't even get arrested for a couple of days. You don't even have to put a bond. You don't even lose your job right away. There's no system for black people in that. There's no equivalency between black people and white people. There's none. But, you know, a lot of black people, that I was raised this way.
An issue because I feel like black women have been brainwashed into only accepting the European idea of beauty. Of what beauty is.
Yeah.
The long straight hair.
Long straight hair, right? Now,
Willow just sitting here agreeing with everything. This girl don't know. She just wants to, just be quiet, girl. Because Now, I want to tell you something. I got to give kudos to Jada Pickett's mother. She not all the way there. She not all the way on the train, but she's kind of like looking at the train and Jada Pickett on it with curiosity, wondering if she, nah. She's more of a nah, but she's kind of torn a little bit. It's a little bit. This is just what I'm sensing. This is not one of the commandments. This is not written in tables of stone, but this is just what I sense. Because many of the points that she's making, Jada Pickett wouldn't have made these points. I got to put Jada Pickett on the coon train. I got to.
Oh, we can't have anything to ourselves that we can call our own because they're got all tanning booths. Now they're trying to get brown. They're putting injections in their lips. They're putting injections in their
Be quiet,
behind,
Willow.
And we were ridiculed
No, I know.
for that for years.
Yeah. One of the reasons why I have such a difficult time with the feminist movement, why I don't call myself a feminist and I call myself a womanist instead,
Right.
because of the history of the feminist
Yeah.
movement, how the feminist movement began and how the DNA still exists and how it's still focused on really middle-class white women. I feel like a lot of white women.
Let me tell you something. If Jada Pickett's mother wouldn't have said what she just said about the beauty and the hair and how white women are the standard of beauty and how they have been, Jada Pickett would have never said what she just said. There's a camaraderie, a natural camaraderie between a mother and a daughter. And a daughter who loves her mother, which I really believe she loves her mother, and her mother loves her. She don't want to be on TV, national TV, at odds with her mother. Because I noticed that how she concedes to everything that her mother is saying. And many of the points that her mother is saying is actually at cross purposes with what Jada Pickett thinks and expresses. See, there's a lot of spiritual stuff that's going on in this conversation between her and her mother right now.
I feel like race is not an issue for them.
I mean,
now her mother is exercising great constraint here. You notice now, I'm not going to say anything. Somebody in the room right now, interpret the facial expression that you're looking at right now on the heels of what Jada Pickett just said. I'm going to rewind it. Boy, because that look said a whole lot.
A lot of white women feel like race is not an issue for them.
Now look at her mother face.
I mean,
yeah.
And she said, really? Now, I want y'all, I don't want to say nothing. Somebody tell me what you get. What you get. And then I'm going to tell you what I see. Hey! I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. I want to hear what my guests have to say about that facial expression. And then on the heels of that expression, she said, really? Exactly, Kenya. Exactly. It's like, girl, you must be stupid. That look said a whole lot. Girl, what the hell are you talking about? Ooh, girl, what in the hell you talking about? Huh? I gotta play that over. That was just too good. That was just too much. See, Jada Pickett got that ideology that a lot of black baby boomers and Martin Luther King types had in the days of civil rights, and they still have today about white mommy, white daddy. They want to make sure they please that white mommy, white daddy, boy. Yeah, I gotta play that over. I gotta play that over. That look was something else. Oh, that look is priceless.
A lot of white women feel like race is not an issue for them.
I mean, well,
Really?
Yeah, that's my feeling.
Well, you know what? I haven't had this conversation with anybody white.
Maybe we should call Annie out.
Her mother, let me tell you something. Her mother wanted to say something, but she didn't say it. Her mother didn't want to say something, so she substituted it with something else. It was something else she wanted to say because that look was too powerful and too definitive. I know how that look come off of somebody. They shake their head and then like, huh? They frown their nose up a little bit and say, huh? Really? They don't want to say nothing insulting to you. They don't want to crush you, but hey, woo! Now watch this. Watch this, y'all.
Where's Annie? Oh, we got a producer coming out. This is Annie. Annie's going to come join us because she has a...
Now listen to this. Listen to everything that this girl says about Annie prior to her saying Annie saying anything. Listen, you got to get all of this.
Real opinion. Come on, Annie, sit down. This is real. This is good.
Now, listen to what she just said. Annie has a real opinion. That makes me frown up and like, huh? And the lady she's talking about, guess what? She got blonde hair, blue eyes. She's the lady with the blonde hair, blue eyes. She got the real opinion. I'm going to play that over because you may have missed it because she did say that.
This is Annie. Annie's going to come join us because she has a real opinion. Come on, Annie, sit down.
What do y'all think of that, y'all? Am I reading too much into that? When she called white Annie out with the blonde hair and blue eyes, the producer of the show, she says she has a real opinion. I don't want to tell you what I think, but what do you get from that? There's no right, there's no wrong answer, but I just want to know if we on the same page. What do you get from that? Annie's got the real opinion. All the nigger women that been sitting at the table and talking to each other as family that love each other, they ain't got no real opinion. That's, well, see, I didn't let the cat out the bag, but you can still tell me what your see, oh man, come on, y'all. Why you had to say that the white lady has the real opinion? Oh God. See, that sounds too much like that white approval. We need white approval and white regulation from white mommy, white daddy. They got the real opinion. Her opinion is more valuable than me and my mama. Oh my God, girl, please. See, if it wasn't for all the other things that she had said prior to inviting Annie out, maybe I would have withheld that. But she already on the coon train. So, you know. But I want to see what y'all say. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about when she said, we're going to invite Annie out? She got a real opinion. Do we be listening to ourselves? Putting cables on the back of white people? Even when we can't, we don't even know what we're saying. We worshiping them and, don't even know we're worshiping them. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Just because they're white and got blonde hair.
This is real. A lot of white women feel like race is not an issue for them.
I mean, well,
really, yeah, that's my feeling.
Well, you know what? I haven't had this conversation with anybody white.
Maybe we should call Annie out. Where's Annie? Oh, we got a producer coming out. This is Annie. Annie's going to come join us because she has a real opinion. Come on, Annie, sit down.
My God.
This is real. This is good. Hi. Hey, Annie. This is great because Annie and I talk about.
She said, this is real. This is good. So she said real 2 times in reference to Annie's opinion. This is real. Annie's got a real opinion. Then she said, this is real. This is good. Oh my goodness. What do y'all think about that, y'all? Am I just reading too much into this? Am I dicing this too small? Am I chopping this up too small? Because all I'm doing is listening to what she's saying. And I'm looking at the trajectory of how she's thinking, and it's headed towards the coon train. Y'all, hey, if I'm wrong, that's cool. I've been wrong before. I go overboard from time to time, but I just want to know, why is all this stuff lining up? Okay, I finally clicked over to y'all comments. Exactly, just like a young man that was killed by police right here in Birmingham. Exactly, Hoover, Alabama. Exactly. Her look is like, what the hell did she say? Okay. Yeah, laugh out loud. Master's wife coming to the table with her whip. Uh-huh. Master's wife coming out to give us some real context about our personal experience as oppressed people. We got to wait for white mama to come out and tell us how to deal with our oppression. Wow. Okay, good. Okay, at least one person is, feeling what I'm saying. Okay, that's good. That's all I need. I just want to know what in the world is going. What is this? What is this girl talking about? This girl, what? Good Lord, she pretty as all get out, but man, she's starting to look real ugly. About now, she started looking butt ugly. Oh goodness, girl, what happened to you? This says a lot about Will Smith, boy.
This subject a lot off camera, and I wanted her to be part of this show, and she didn't want to, and now she's ended up being part of it anyway. Hit it.
You see, Annie didn't want to be a part of the show. She put pressure on Annie to be a part of the show. Annie didn't want to come out. After Annie started talking, you're going to see why she didn't want to come out. But these women are they fawning so much over this white woman, they're not going to even be able to really hear what she's really saying. They're not going to be able to interpret what she's saying, but watch me do it.
Annie. I think the very first conversation you and I had about it was when we were sitting in the kitchen, and you said, I want to do a show about white women and women of color and how we need to come together. Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something, y'all. Why do black women think that they need to come together with white mommy? Y'all, let's just stop all of that stuff, y'all. Why do black women keep thinking they need to get together with white women? Oh my goodness. In 2018? Oh man. Oh God. Now, Now, Annie just said that Jada Pinkett told her that. She didn't tell Jada Pinkett that white women and black women need to get together. No, the slave told Massa's wife that. See, oh my goodness.
Be not just the feminist movement, but the womanist movement,
right,
for sure,
right?
And my response to you was, I'm a white woman, and I don't know if I have the tools.
Yeah,
I don't know what the tools are, and I don't know the how. I don't know the conversations. I don't know how to start the conversations because anytime I feel like I want to have a conversation about it, I'm afraid.
Now, watch this now. She's about to tell on herself. Jada Pinkett and her mama. I'm not so sure about her mother. I think her mother might be being a little coy. But Jada Pinkett is gonna go right over her head.
I feel like I want to have a conversation about it. I'm afraid I'm going to offend somebody just by starting to talk.
Yeah.
Now let's unpack that. Why would Annie? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Girl, please. Girl, Annie, stop lying. Annie, stop lying. Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Annie, stop it. Please stop, Annie. You're just a liar, woman. You don't have the tools. White supremacy has given you all the tools to oppress black people. And you're going to sit at this table and tell us you ain't got no tools. Oh, girl, please. You're the executive producer of a show that's built around a black family. That sounds like a plantation to me. The slave master's wife had all the tools she needed to exercise white supremacy on the plantation. And Annie got the same tools as executive producers, a producer of this show. And she's trying to sit here and play with her eyes bucked. I don't have the tools, and I'm afraid. And I want to tell you something. When she said, I'm afraid that if I say something, I'm going to say the wrong thing, you know what that really means? I'm afraid if I say something, my white supremacy is going to come out. My white supremacy tools that I denied having, they're going to come out in my words. Annie is lying, y'all. Annie is the worst. And look how these black women going to respond to this woman. Y'all, this is just sickening. See, when I titled this Aiding and Abetting the Enemy, all the things that I'm discussing here and revealing here is Jada Pinkett, and I would have to say her mother is complicit in supporting white supremacy in their dealing of this topic. They really are. Now, whoever's idea it was to even have this show in the first place, they knew that these people were already primed to brainwash the viewers that's going to watch this show. That's why this show is on the air, y'all. It's all about white supremacy, even though it is built around a black family of coons.
I feel like I'm going to say the wrong thing.
Right.
I feel like I'm going to say the wrong thing.
I feel like white supremacy, my white supremacy tools are going to start falling out my pocket that I've been privileged with my whole life. I'm afraid that I might call somebody a nigger in the middle of one of these type of conversations that we're having right now. I'm afraid that I might lord over them my white privilege and tell them how worthless they are. That's all Annie is saying, y'all. Annie, you can't fool me, no matter how much you buck your eyes.
One of the reasons why I wanted to have this conversation, because we need some tools too. Yeah, right. I hear a lot of times that white women have privilege and they need to recognize that they have privilege. And I am sure I do. I just don't understand. I haven't had the experience to know when I'm having the privilege. Instead of
we supposed y'all. She says she don't understand when she have privilege. I just don't understand. And you see how you see her body language. Yeah, I really wish I understood how, when is my privilege taking place? When is it? I don't understand when I'm having privilege. I really don't. I've been trying to figure it out, and I just can't figure out what this privilege is. I want to find it. I'm being honest. You're my friends. You're my friends. I just want to know where my privilege is and how to deal with my privilege. Maybe I need counseling on how to deal with this privilege and how to find it. Because I'm sure I have privilege, but I don't know what it is. Y'all, this girl is being so extra. She doing the most. This girl is a damn liar, a demon. This lady is a demon. She don't know when she having privilege. Now I want to see how they react to that. That's gonna fly with them? They gonna try to coddle her and give her counseling because she don't know how. Oh, poor. Oh, you don't know what your privilege is. Oh, okay. Let the slaves help you.
You having the privilege? Right. I don't understand when that's happening. So when will somebody say to me, "You're having a lot of privilege right now, and I need you to understand my experience right now too." And I don't understand the feeling of racism, but I don't know what to do about it.
Right.
She don't understand the feeling of racism. Oh God, girl, you better stop. Just stop it. But the reason why this white lady could go on like that is because she got some black women sitting at the table thinking maybe she don't understand her privilege. And that's egging her on, y'all. That's emboldening her to keep this lie up.
I feel like a lot of times, like trying to be friends or trying to reach out to women of color, sometimes I feel like they don't want to be my friend.
Do you feel like that is one of the gaps, is that we can't find that common ground to establish familiarity?
I think we don't go out of our way to just include each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now watch this. When she said we don't go out of our way, you know what she's really saying? She's saying that white women don't go out of their privileged boundaries. That's what she's saying. That's what she's understanding. She's saying that white women don't go out of their privileged bubble to invite black women into it from their unprivileged atmosphere. That's what she's saying. So this is code for she do understand privilege. She really do. She's contradicting herself right here. She understand her privilege. That's why she's talking the way she's talking. She just sitting there lying and denying.
There's a lot between us that we don't understand. I think, we're always trying to figure out how to get into something real and authentic.
And you know what?
That's interesting because I'm never trying to figure that out.
Oh, come on, mama. Come on, mama. Oh, mama. That was a nice save. Mama came through. Mama kept it real. See, mama kept it real. Mama right there wasn't trying to worrying about offending anybody. She wasn't really feeling the group hug. Woo, mama came through. All right, mama. I'm not gonna put you on the coon train, but you standing on the tracks. Watching the train go away with Jada on it. Hallelujah. Oh, mama came through. I gotta play that over. That was good.
Always trying to figure out how to get into something real
and you know,
authentic.
and you know what?
And that's the damn problem, Jada. You always trying to figure out how to get into something with a white woman. That's the damn problem. Boy, silly. But I like what mama said. Come on, mama. Bring it home.
Interesting, because I'm never trying to figure that out.
Oh,
really? Never.
wow.
Why? I'm not interested. Oh, now that might be what
Willow, ooh, and she backed it up by saying, I'm not even interested in trying to get into nothing with no white woman. That's what mama said. Ooh. And you saw how you saw how Willow reacted to that? You saw how Willow reacted to that? Willow was like taken aback and a little insulted by that statement that her grandmother made. Interesting.
and you know what? That's interesting, because I'm never trying to
Look at Willow.
Oh, really? Never.
Wow.
Why? I'm not interested. Oh, now that might be what she might be saying.
You saw what Willow. Hey, you saw what Willow said. Oh, hey, oh, boy, it's like that. Ouch. It looked like she almost wanted to say ouch. It's like, dang, grandmama. You know, we are on TV with white mommy, you know. I mean, you could be a little more tactful. You're really showing that you don't care. Good grief, mama. Ooh, I got to see y'all comments on that. Oh, boy, Baba snapped. Ah! Ooh. Nobody was expecting that. Nobody was expecting mama to go there. Jada is still needs white mama and daddy validation. Exactly, TV. Exactly. I believe she became like this over time. There is no way she would be saying this stuff if her old friend Tupac Shakur was still alive. Ah, that's a good point, CJ. She got rocked to sleep by Hollywood. Ah, yeah. What? Don't understand when she has privilege. You didn't believe that either, did you, Kenyon? I didn't think you would. CG, good to see you, CG. What's going on? Shalom, shalom. Thank you. All is well. Speechless. She was like a deer headlights. Exactly. Willow was like, that's the first substantive thing that Willow said in this whole interview. Whoa. The first real thing that Willow said. Whoa, grandmama. Whoa. Oh, mama. Come on. Oh, God, mama. This is white mommy sitting next to me. Yeah, you making the block hot. Too real now, mama, grandmama. Come on, grandmama. Come on, get on this coon train. She said, and then she backed it up by saying, I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested. I'm just not interested in trying to get together with white women. Ooh, she said on TV. Hey, I have to take my hat off for that one. Now I don't know what else her mama gonna do after this. We ain't gonna watch the whole thing, but I got to tip my hat for mama for saying that. And she ain't back down either. She doubled up. She doubled down by saying, I'm just not interested. And when she said I'm not interested at all in no kind of way. You go, Grandma Pickett. Ooh, wee, she snapped. Good grief.
Feel it.
Exactly.
That's probably what I do feel. Danny doesn't want to talk to me in the bowling alley, you know?
Oh, don't get sensitive now, Annie. Don't get sensitive now, Annie.
We're always trying to figure out how to get into something real and
Now listen what Jada is saying. Jada is saying she's always trying to get into something real and authentic with white women with blonde hair, because the lady sitting in front of her got blonde hair. Okay. She did all that hand movement and swimming with her hands on the table and stuff. I'm always trying to figure out how to do something, get into something real with white women with blonde hair.
To just include each other. There's a lot between us that we don't understand. I think, we're always trying to figure out how to get into something real and you know what?
That's interesting because I'm never trying to figure that out.
Oh, real.
And now, when her mother said this, her mother interrupted everybody. And like, wait a minute now. While everybody was talking, she asserted her voice in the conversation in a strong way with hand gestures on the table with palms down. Look at it, y'all. I be paying attention to everything. Body language, words, facial expressions, scenery, everything. Watch this.
Don't go out of our way to just include each other. There's a lot between us that we don't understand. I think, we're always trying to figure out how to get into something real and you know what?
That's interesting because I'm never trying to figure that out.
Oh,
you saw how she swirled her hand around the table? You saw how grandmama swirled her hand around the table like she was washing the table off. She said, oh, well, y'all, she said, I don't know what train y'all on, Jada and Willow, but I ain't never trying to do that. Ooh, boy, that was just beautiful. I'm sorry for playing this over and over. I'm sorry, but it was just beautiful. I like when I see strong Black women. I really do. I think it's the most beautiful thing that you can have on earth, a strong Black woman. Even if she only strong for 5 seconds. All right, baby.
Into something real and you know what?
That's interesting because I'm never trying to figure that out.
Really? Never.
Wow.
Why? I'm not interested. Oh, now that might be what you might be feeling.
Exactly.
That's probably what I do feel. Jamie doesn't want to talk to me in the bowling alley, you know?
Now, I think that Annie, the white lady, she took that personal, what Jada Pickett's mother said. She basically said, your mother don't like me. Because her mother was very strong in saying, I'm not interested in that at all, in no kind of way. And her mother don't back down. Because the white lady is offended. Annie is offended. She don't even back down even after that. Let's see.
It's just our history. I can't let it go. I can't forget it.
She doubling down. Double down.
I think it's more than that. And the reason why
I need therapy.
I keep sticking you about that is because
Okay. They worked on her. They worked on her a little bit. She started to slip a little bit. I'm gonna tell you where she started doing the soft shoe. She ain't on the train. She not on the train, but they put enough pressure on her for her to at least say, I need therapy. Let me tell you something, Miss Pickett. You don't need no therapy, girl. You a bad mama jamma. You just gotta hold to what you said. Hold to where your heart is. You said you can't let go, own it. You can't let go. Because I'm going to tell you one thing, Grandma Pickett. White supremacy is not going to let go until the Most High break their arms. so you don't let go. Black people are always talking about letting go for white people, letting go for Asians. Everybody that's kicking us in a butt, they always talking about letting go and let's just love one another. Can we all just get along? Stop it. No, we can't get along. As long as your foot is in my backside, we cannot get along. No, you don't need no therapy. It's the oppressor that needs therapy. They need extermination.
Of Jason and Lexi. Mm-hmm. There's something about the female dynamic. I think there's something unique here in regards to why Black women and white women have such a difficult time. There's something unique there that I don't even think we are conscious of. There's something.
I want to tell you what it is, y'all. Black women are the mothers of civilization. They are the most beautiful women in the world. They are the most powerful women in the world. And white women with blonde hair know it. They really do know it. Now, as deep as Will, her husband is, why he ain't told her this? Because he's the one that probably put her on the coon train or help her get on it after Tupac died. Because Tupac wasn't talking like this. Tupac wasn't talking like this. He wasn't talking all that mumbo jumbo Scientology mumbo jumbo that Will Smith be talking. That little effeminate Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard garbage.
Specific in regards to women, our history, and how we still are relating to each other.
Even our Black men have, to a certain extent, not all, but a lot of our Black men have rejected us.
But that's something else. I think
you don't think that affects how you feel about white women in general? Because I think it affects me.
But I don't think that's white women's fault. Now that I'm gonna be real about that.
Yeah.
Because
you saw how when Jada Pickett's mother asked her direct question, you saw how Jada Pickett deflected the question. She didn't even want to deal with that. And I want to tell you why she didn't. Because Will Smith probably got several white women with blonde hair. So she didn't want to touch that because that sounds personal. Y'all having this conversation about race, and all of a sudden it's something that y'all can't discuss about the white woman because you bring in the Black man in the conversation. What's up with that? That looks suspicious to me, Jada. See, Jada is not being real with herself. Jada might not even know who she really is. And I noticed this about people that live in denial. They really don't know themselves. That's one of the things I want to know before I die is who I am. And I'm not just talking about as far as nationality, but as a person, as a character, as a human being. I want to know the true intents of my heart. That's what I want to know. And I think a lot of people run away from that type of information to learn about themselves.
That Black man is deciding to be with that white woman. You understand what I'm saying? That's not on her. That's not on her.
You
just
see,
like if you're man.
You see this, y'all? She just totally absorbs the white woman of any guilt. That's on the man. That ain't on that woman. She don't put no guilt on the woman. No responsibility on the white woman. See, I keep trying to tell y'all, though, this is some coon train stuff here. This is just some little nigga slave talk that Jada Pickett is spewing out here with her cute self. But she looking ugly now. She looking real ugly, but ugly to me now. She kind of making me a little upset with all this white supremacy that she's spewing. Let me see y'all comments, because this is like crazy what this girl is saying. I gotta see it. Oh goodness. But this is the kind of stuff that our parents, the most parents in the baby boomer generation raised their children on. That's what the Cosby Show was all about, cooning for white daddy. And now Cosby is in jail in real life. Why? Because he couldn't leave white women alone in real life. But he got a black wife on TV. And all our parents were swooning over Bill Cosby and how great and smart he was, and how the Cosby Show represent the black family. And now we see it all crumble. It's like everything that our parents taught us, Martin Luther King, Cosby Show, all of it's crumbling. Affirmative action, all of it. Welfare, Section 8, all that stuff is crumbling. Healthcare, education, everything's crumbling. Because our parents have truly inherited lies, and they taught them to us. But I want to see y'all comments. Some sisters think they can use feminism to get through the back door of white supremacy. If they think if they abandon the so-called black struggle from feminism, they will be accepted. Yeah, well, they got a rude awakening coming. White women stole affirmative action from us, but simply black women and gay black men, they think they were their friends, right? White women are pure snakes and abominations to our country. Many of our brothers were murdered because of them, filthy heathens, right? And here's Jada sitting on a panel with them, gonna let the white woman free, but accuse the black man. What kind of stuff is that? See, she's too taken with that white lady sitting at the table with them. And the white cameraman that's standing behind the camera. You know, everybody that's running the show is white. Executive producer, everybody is white. The only people that's black on this show is probably the guy that's sweeping the floor and them that's sitting at the table. Everybody making money off black people's story except for black people. And even the network, the television network, they making millions. And then she has the audacity to sit in front of all these white people and blame the black man for having a white woman. But the white woman, yeah, that ain't on her. Wow. That's that self-hate.
And steps out on you and decides to have an affair, that ain't on her. That's on him. That's one thing I won't do. I'm tired of putting the blame of men's behavior on women.
Now look at this, y'all. Emmett Till, who's she gonna put that blame on? John Botham, who's she gonna put that blame on? And I can go on and on and on. Who's she gonna put that blame on? She gonna blame the black man, the victim, the one that's being oppressed.
So I do not believe in that.
Okay, so
if
we'll
he
take that off
decides
the
he
table.
wants to be with her, that's on him. I wish sometimes the world could have more compassion for black women. We really haven't had the luxury to.
What Jada Pickett really means is, I wish white women could have more compassion. I just wish he just said straight out.
Have that more relaxed, not having to walk into the world with such an armor because of what we're still dealing with, having to be the only protectors of our home and of our children because our men aren't around.
I have to
defend first.
Exactly. I have to defend myself
and not ever being able to let that armor down.
Exactly.
I have never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Definitely. Let me ask a question. What could I do? What can white women?
Right. Annie, the reason why you never thought of it that way, because you've never been oppressed. And I don't understand why they act like they don't understand why you don't understand. You're not supposed to understand. You are the oppressor. You're the one that's chasing us with a pitchfork. So you're not supposed to understand what it feels like to be chased with a pitchfork when you're chasing us with one.
And do to make this something that can be real, because until it's really real and we all really feel it, nothing's going to change. And we as women are not going to move forward. Bingo. Please.
Y'all, this is just platitudes that Annie is giving. Y'all, it's just vacuous platitudes. Y'all, this is crazy, y'all. But this is the kind of stuff. But Black people love this type of white speak and platitudes. They love it. It boils my blood every time I hear it.
We all want you to like us.
And this is one of the reasons why I said that this was going to be a really hard conversation for me, was because it was going to force me to examine my own way of thinking. It's really kind of my responsibility. It's not yours, because I have to be willing to open my mind.
Now look at this, y'all. Again, now the mama is slipping. Now the mama is soft shoeing. I'm just going to give her the soft shoe. Now her mama is saying it's really the Black woman's responsibility by saying her. And it's not Annie's responsibility, meaning the white woman that's the oppressor. Now she's sounding like her daughter. Oh, come on, girl.
And look at how my own thinking.
But both sides need to be open to doing that, because if both sides aren't open to doing that, then it's just a one-way street.
She's wondering what she can do for me. She can't do anything.
Exactly.
I have to decide first that I'm going to be willing.
Yeah, y'all. I mean, this is exhausting, y'all. It's just, Mama was on track. I had to give her kudos for that one thing she said, but it's some soft shoeing going on here. Earlier you said you don't give a damn, basically. Now you're saying, okay, I got to examine myself. No. She's chasing you with a pitchfork. You're not chasing her with a pitchfork. Somebody's chasing you with a pitchfork, and you got to say, nah, I got to examine myself why this person is chasing me with a pitchfork. I'm not going to worry about them chasing me. I'm going to stop running so they can stab me in the butt, and I'm going to examine why no, that's stupid.
And to look at my own.
This is the thing I was talking about, how we, even as Black women, have to be able to look at our biases that keep us from being able to kind of bridge the gap. Can we bring Jane out? Is Jane
bridge the gap between white supremacy and Black oppression? Yo, those are two sides of a river that's never going to meet. White supremacy is never going to be friends with Black oppression. Oh my goodness. But this is the way Black people love to think. We really do. I hear this in the news. I hear it with congressmen. I hear it with senators, police officers when they doing conflict resolution. I hear it in courts, everywhere. Black people are always kowtowing.
Jane here? For 50 years, Jane Elliott has been raging against racism.
Okay, here we go with praising another white woman. Praising another white woman. making her God of the show, the authority of the show. Oh my God.
I want every white person in this room who would be happy to receive the same treatment that our Black citizens do in this society. Please stand.
You know, when I didn't know any better, I was feeling Jane Elliott. But now that I'm older, I already know that she is an agent. She is an agent to anesthetize Black people into a false security with white liberals who pushing an agenda to annihilate the Black family. That's all Jane Elliott, Tim Weiss, and all these cadre of characters are all about. Because whenever you mention a solution to these people that seem like that they really on the cutting edge of race relations, guess what?
Nobody's standing.
They reject every solution. They never come up with a solution. They never sponsor a solution. Listen to her.
In here. That says very plainly that you know what's happening. You know you don't want it for you. I want to know why you're so willing to accept it or to allow it to happen for others.
Because of white supremacy.
Was thrust into the national spotlight in 1968 with her revolutionary Blue Eyes, Brown Eyes exercise. She separated her third grade students based on the color of their eyes, giving preferential treatment to one group over the other to teach them what discrimination feels like.
The blue-eyed people are the better people in this room. What happened, John? Russell called me names and I hit him in the gut. What's wrong with being called brown-eyed? Oh, that's just the same way as other people call Black people niggers. That's the reason you hit him, John?
I watched what had been marvelous, thoughtful children turn into nasty, discriminating little third graders. The experiment was extremely controversial and a landmark moment in the study of race relations. What I do looks brutal to white people because that isn't something they have to live with all day, every day. Her no-holds-barred approach forces all of us to confront our own biases.
Come on over here and sit.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Annie. Hi, so pleased to meet you.
What do you mean you don't know about being Black? Can you read?
Yes, ma'am, I can read.
Then why aren't you?
Can I say one thing? This is absolutely...
All of this is kabuki theater. See, this is why I don't like Jane Elliott. You know, she be doing the most and be putting all these extras on stuff. Y'all, Black people, I know a lot of Black people love Jane Elliott. Of course they're gonna love her. She's a white lady. Okay, so you know that's like loving white Jesus for most of us.
Fair, because I saw a tattoo the other day that said ignorance is a choice. And I said to myself, you know what? That's true. I am choosing to be ignorant. And you are right. I should.
Now she's trying to feed platitudes to Jane Elliott. Why? Because she's nervous. She know what Jane Elliott is about. She know all her talking points. So she's trying to head her off before she gets skewered by the lady.
Should be doing more homework.
Quit shooting on a shelf. It doesn't matter what you should do. What matters is what are you going to do?
Yes, ma'am. Well, first of all, let me just say.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am was a filler for the word nothing. What she really meant nothing. Yes, ma'am. She said, what are you? She asked the girl a question. What are you going to do, Annie? And she answers with a yes, ma'am. In other words, not a damn thing.
Thank you for all the...
You ain't gonna put me on the spot. Now look what Jada is doing right after Jane Elliott embarrasses the lady. Look what Jada Pickett does. See, this is coon behavior 101.
All right, I should be doing more homework.
Quit shooting on a shelf. It doesn't matter what you should do. What matters is what are you going to do?
Yes, ma'am. Well, first of all, let me just say thank you for all the work that you do. You've been doing this a long time. So what do you think we need to do?
We need to stop believing the myth. In this country, what we call education is actually indoctrination. And
I agree with that, absolutely. But Jane Elliott is about to miss the point. She's about to redirect. Watch this.
takes us from the ages of 5 to the age of 18 to thoroughly indoctrinate people so that they will believe in the myth of white superiority. And it is a myth.
Right.
Now, you can't do that while you're teaching that Columbus discovered America.
Right.
There were black people on this continent 4,000 years before Columbus was born.
Right.
We teach black history in the schools as if it started with slavery. I'm not a white woman. I'm a faded black person.
Okay. Stop, Jane. Stop. You're a faded black person. I don't believe that. White people are not faded black people. Now, I don't know really what white people are, but I know they're not us. So I'm not buying that little talking point. White people are faded black people. No, you're not. Y'all got genes that and chromosomes we don't even have. Hey, baby.
Who's far from the equator. And that's the only reason my skin is lighter.
That's
be
all
quiet.
Any
white person is. Because we are great. Hey.
Because there's no such thing as race.
Shut up, Jada. I'm with you, Jane. Oh, stop cooning, girl. Please, you coon buffoon. Oh my God. I'm with you, massa.
There's no such thing as
There's
race.
one race. There's one race, the human race. And then
y'all don't ever believe that lie that there's one race, the human race. Human is not a race. Okay, you don't believe me. Google the word human. Human is not a race, y'all. Human is a species. Okay. Just Google it. I know you don't believe me. You shouldn't believe me. Human is not a race, y'all. Human is a species. Any third grade dictionary will tell you that. Human is a species. It's not a race. Now, the lady who just said this is a lady who's been an educator for over 50 years. And she gave a wrong definition for human. Human is a species. It's not a race, y'all. These are things that you're supposed to learn in kindergarten. Israelites are a race of people. Asians are a race of people. White people are a race of people. Black people are a race of people. And then under that, you have nationalities. Another nationality, y'all. But humans are not a race. I know that's hard to believe. I know it's hard to believe. I know you got to look that up. I know that don't make sense. But y'all, human is not a race. But everybody been to school, people got degrees on this show, but guess what? They all agree with Jane. You know, you got to agree with the white lady, especially if she's white and got gray hair. White hair.
Race. There's no such thing as
there's
race.
one race. There's one race, the human race. And then you all came from the same black women 300,000 to 500,000 years ago. The human race began with black women. My cousins, and you are all my cousins. Make no mistake about this. We are all 30th to 50th cousins because we all have the same black great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother back.
The Bible says in Deuteronomy chapter 8, I think verse 11, when the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he divided them according to the numbers of the number of the children of Israel. So we're not cousins in the sense of, in the context of the division of the nations. We're not.
Back there 300,000 to 500,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So get over the idea that you are white. There's one race.
Yeah, the human race.
The human race.
One race.
Now, will every person in this group who's biracial please stand?
Biracial stand.
Oh, I told you there's only one race.
Oh, damn it, you got me.
And you too.
me.
How dare you? Didn't you listen to anything I said?
We were listening. It just takes a minute, James.
Let me ask you this. How
No.
long do you think the idea of
It's the reason why they stood up when she asked who here is biracial. The reason why she stood up is because human is not a race. You can have people that are of mixed race or mixed parentage. You can have that. You can have a father that's black and a mother that's white. Those are two different races. That's why they stood up, y'all. But anyway, I just came on here, y'all, to show you how the type of talking points people have. Give you an example of some of the talking points that people exhibit. I just wanted to show you some of the talking points that people exhibit. The talking points that people exhibit when they are aiding and abetting the enemy. A lot of what you're seeing in this clip here is white people aiding and abetting the enemy. Aiding and abetting the enemy. I'm not going to believe a person that is outside of my race, my nation of people, my family, that have proven to me over and over that they hate me. I'm not going to believe them above my children. You know, when I was a child going to school, there were teachers that really did not like me. And there were teachers that would lie on me to my parents, and my parents always believed them. And I want to tell you one of the main reasons why they believed them. One reason is because they have that Stockholm syndrome. I love them, but they got that Stockholm syndrome bad. I got a lot of whoopings. I even had a black teacher when I was in high school told me, he said, you know what? I don't like you, and you're never going to be nothing in life. And he told me this when he was driving me home because I needed a ride home. But right before I got out the car, he told me that. You know, I didn't see that man again. And you know, up to that point, he was my favorite teacher. My favorite teacher told me this. I never was disruptive in his class. I always mind my business. I always was on time to class, did my assignments and everything. And he told me that. And it took me some years to realize why he told me that, because he sensed something different about me. He sensed something different about me. He knew I wasn't like other children. He knew that. But anyway, let me read some of these comments before I get out of here. White women stole affirmative action. Okay, we read that. White women are pure. Okay, read that. It's almost over for most black people. How can you reason with a damn demon? Exactly. Exactly. But we want the favor of these demons. We want their favor. We just, and I think a lot of, I want to tell you something. When our parents taught us to pray to white Jesus, you know what they were teaching us? When our parents taught us from the Martin Luther King era, that generation, they taught us to pray, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray my Lord, my soul to keep. All that time, what our parents were teaching us is to pray for white approval. by praying to white Jesus. So it's really ingrained in our subconscious, in our DNA. We prayed to white Jesus a long time in Sunday school. Before we went to bed, when we said our food, we thanked white Jesus for our food. And guess what, y'all? We got parents today. My parents to this very day are still praying to white people for everything that they have. So y'all, it's gonna a lot of our people, we just not gonna make it, because the hold of white supremacy that was just taught to us by our parents, it's got too many tentacles attached to us. We can't break free. We ain't gonna be able to break free. Y'all know how much the baby boomer generation love white Jesus? Do y'all really think, do you ever sit back and think about how much your parents, my parents, and grandparents loved white Jesus? They will be horrified to find out that God is a black man, blacker than me. That's not something nobody most black people gonna want to live with. I don't care how beautiful heaven is. If they find out God is black, they're like, you know what? I just need to go to hell. You know, this I should have committed suicide when I was 3. Our parents will think that. That's how strong white supremacy is on them. We pray for white people for food. We pray white people that he protect our house. We prayed that white people would do all kinds of stuff. We was just praying for white acceptance. But anyway, I want to get out of here. You all take it easy. Have a wonderful evening. I know this topic was kind of heavy, but I just want to show you, you know, and give you a demonstration of how, when I look at news, how I dissect things, how I listen to things. And I'm not saying I'm a perfect listener, because I'm not, but I'm just trying to show you how I listen and how I hear things, how I process things. You see? Because I get way more information because I'm learning more and more how to process things that I listen, hear, and see better and clearer. But anyway, you all take it easy. This is Prophet Rohei Nabi signing out, saying shalom. Have a wonderful night. I'm out. Every day's the same. I know.